Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
It's your turn again.
It is, and I brought a lovely little mead.
Oh.
A lovely little mead. We'll find out. I think it's pretty good.
It's our third show of the day.
Third show.
So I get to. Shall I open while you talk?
Yeah. You're going to have to. So take off the little thingy, because it's got a little thingy.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. You're so descriptive.
That's a technical term. Don't worry about it. You've got to be a professional.
That's right.
Speak that way. This is a chocolate, cherry, saffron mead.
Chocolate, cherry, saffron, mead.
Here is the recipe. I only
Sounds fancy.
I made a 2.5 gallon batch.
Because this sounds expensive too.
You know, it wasn't too bad because my good friend Joanne gave me 4 pounds of wild New Mexico honey.
Oh.
That was, not commercial honey. Like somebody gathered it from the whatever flowers they had out there.
Oh.
So anyway, it's 4 pounds of New Mexico wild honey. I used 8 ounces of a saffron-infused simple syrup that I made.
A saffron-infused
Saffron.
Saffron-infused simple syrup.
So, and I actually made the saffron-infused simple syrup to use on baklava, to pour over the baklava. But I had
Baklava?
baklava. But I had a bunch left over, so I thought, I'll just put that in the mead.
Yeah.
And then the cherry comes in with 64 ounces of Knudsen's cherry juice, the raw juice. And I like that brand, not really pushing them because there's other brands too. But there's no preservatives, it's just juice, it's not from concentrate. It's a little expensive, though some of the big box stores have it pretty cheap.
The big box stores?
64 ounces of Knudsen's tart cherry juice, and tart is important. You don't want sweet.
Okay.
And then I used 5.5 ounces of cacao nibs, organic cacao nibs, and 2 gallons of spring water.
Did you make a tincture from the cacao? How do you put the cacao nibs in?
I just put them into the fermenter.
Oh,
I just
okay.
put them in. And 2 gallons of spring water. I had a teaspoon or tablespoon? That's teaspoon.
That's teaspoon.
There's a teaspoon.
Third show of the
Having
day.
a senior moment. A teaspoon of acid blend and a teaspoon of peptic enzyme.
Okay.
I'm not even sure I needed that, but I knew with the cherry juice in there, I might get some haze, so I used some peptic enzyme.
Well, it's super clear.
And it's very clear. And the original gravity was 1057.
Oh.
Finished at 998, a little bit under 1. And so it's a 7.7% mead.
Practically a session.
It's a session mead.
Yeah.
And the
Sessions present.
That's right.
Mead.
For occasions, it's 71B on the yeast.
Oh, okay.
So very straightforward.
Oh, that smells good. I can get some chocolate notes. I don't know what saffron smells like, so I get some cherry.
Yep.
On the nose as well. Ah.
That's pretty darn tasty.
Ooh, tart.
Yeah.
The tart cherry.
Yeah.
It's tart without being astringent.
Mm-hmm. Of course, keep in mind I added an ounce of acid blend. I mean, an ounce. I mean, teaspoon. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, and one thing that I have found over the years of making meads, and believe me, I've made a lot of not very good meads. Trust me, you don't want to drink any of those. But fortunately, those are 10 to 20 years in the background.
Yeah.
What I've learned is that mead, like white wine, needs a little acid. It needs, otherwise, it's flabby. It's like, tastes good, but
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've come to the realization, and actually, we visited a meadery in San Diego. Help me out with the name, if you can think of it.
Lost Cause?
Lost Cause, yes. And
Good.
It was very good. That I don't know if that's the best mead I've ever had, but certainly in the top.
It's up there.
Top handful. And what I was so struck with was how acidic. They were very bright. They all had a really high level of acid in them from somewhere, and I really enjoyed that. And so now I've got to the point where I really pump the acid. I'd almost rather it be too tart than not tart enough.
Well, I wouldn't say, well, I mean, it is tart. It's not sour.
It's not, no, it's not
But,
sour beer or mead.
I made a beer a little while back where I added some cherry flavoring and then lactic acid. And before I added the lactic acid, you didn't get much of that cherry flavor. But after we added the lactic acid, it made it tart.
Right.
But it also really accentuated that fruit flavor.
Yes.
And brought that forward. You'd think that would be kind of, it doesn't make sense. Because you would think that sweetness would bring the fruit flavor forward. But no, it's kind of like salting your food.
Yep.
It's a flavor enhancer.
That's a good analogy. Yeah. So that's it. It's actually quite simple to make, and because it's a smaller batch, I didn't have to break my back picking up huge amounts. But isn't that nice?
It's very nice. Do you get saffron in it? What does saffron taste like? And do you taste saffron in there?
Okay.
Or is it just a fun thing to say?
I think that I do taste saffron, but because of the amount of it, it wasn't that much. But I think it's one of those things like vanilla. You don't really.
It's another flavor enhancer.
There's another level there that if it wasn't there, it would taste different.
Yeah.
Is it better or not better? I don't know. It's what I had, and I tried it, and it tastes great. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And the honey you do get honey character in there as well. It's dry, so it's not like super sweet honey, but you do get a honey character in there. The flavors are all well balanced. You're so good at balancing flavors, yeah, it's really good. And like I said, fairly sessionable.
Yeah, approximately 7 to 8% beer. Mm-hmm. I mean mead. I keep saying beer.
And then you packaged it in a small bottle, which is helpful. So yeah, it's not, you don't have to have a special occasion to break out a bottle. So, well done, very well done.
Thanks.
Yay!
All right, kids. I'm pretty toasty.
We'll be back next time.
I'm full of Mexican food and 2 beers and a jigger of mead.
All right. Well, next time you see us, we'll have different shirts.
That's right. For the next 3 or 4 shows.
There you go. Cheers, everybody. Happy brewing. Come and visit us online at basicbrewing.com. You can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on homebrewing. You can also find our DVDs and our brewer's logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer.
That's pretty damn good. It's got all those little flavors in there. I can't tell you. I couldn't say that saffron in there, but I do think it tastes different.
You need to make another batch without the saffron, and we'll do side by side.
That's right. Gotta get Joanne to give me some honey.
Oh.
Well,